diesel power or battery power. I feel like a car. I'm on my walk today on this Saturday here in Sydney, and I'm back on my medicinal cannabis. I ran out of my supply for a couple of days, and it made walking rather difficult, but you can see now I'm walking well. It's very well coordinated, whereas yesterday, the day before, it was all wobbly, and I'm back in business, so I'm celebrating. And while I've walked about 2 or 3 Ks, and I felt that my body was getting a little bit wobbly again, so medicinal cannabis. Do you know anyone else that inhales medicinal cannabis as they go for walks? Am I the only one in Sydney? Let me explain. If you've been following my videos here at Infected Blood Australia, you'll know that I'm a contaminated blood victim. I've been one since I was a kid, and over the decades, the virus that I got has taken its toll on my bone marrow and on my neurological, whatever it is, system. And so this has been a great friend. It's got me out of bed, and I was basically finished. And so this gave me life extension, and I'm very appreciative. I'm very appreciative of walking. I absolutely love walking, and who wouldn't want to walk around fantastic Sydney? Although very gloomy. I've already been rained on once today. Oh, look, we've got a cricket match. Well, that's worthwhile seeing, isn't it? But talking medicinal cannabis, I was chatting to a fellow the other day, very nice chap, and I was talking about how I've been campaigning for victims of Australia's deadliest medical scandal and biggest ever cover-up for, basically 3 decades. And it was only in the last, say, 7 years that I became a medicinal cannabis patient. Here's the cricket, great pastime. Australia's very good at that sport, a lot better than the British. If there's any British people watching, I just want you to know that. That's how we got so good at cricket, right? There's lots of that and less video games. Okay, that's how you get good at cricket. But I think the English, one of the reasons why they're not so good at cricket as compared with Australia is perhaps their weather, and they spend a lot of time indoors because it's very bleak weather, and they've got lots of hobbies like building train sets and so on, whereas you'll find the Aussies are out here, as it should be. Anyway, I was talking to another great Aussie the other day, and I was telling him how my life got resurrected along with other contaminated blood victims in our group who became medicinal cannabis patients. These are people who had liver cancer, or chronic pain, and they chose to use medicinal cannabis as opposed to using pharmaceuticals, and the reports have been very good. But this chap I was speaking to, when I told him I was a medicinal cannabis patient, he immediately, he became very concerned. There was lots of and there was a lot of judgment. And it got me thinking, as I watched this cricket match, it got me thinking how similar I was to that man. I've been a medicinal cannabis patient for 7 years because I have to be. It's the only way I can walk. It's actually the only way I can use my muscles. Even I won't go into too much detail, but I'm reliant on it, because of this neurological problem. The messages from my brain have to get to the rest of my body, and without medicinal cannabis, it doesn't happen. So I can't even speak. I'll end up stuttering. And I had to really research medicinal cannabis out of need, out of necessity. I'd had bad experiences when I was younger. I tried it when I was a younger fellow, and a bit like that former American president, Bill Clinton. No, he didn't inhale, did he? I did inhale. He didn't inhale, though, apparently. But I think he might not be the world's most honest man. I did inhale, and I didn't like it. And I inhaled a couple of times after that to see if it was just me, or just that occasion. But no, I didn't like it. So when I found out that medicinal cannabis had benefit for the multiple conditions that I have, knowing that my time is limited on this earth, I didn't jump at it. I researched it, and I took very, very small doses to begin with. Very, very slow, approach, not diving in. And that approach turned out to be absolutely wonderful. And I'm very glad to have been able to recommend this medicine to other people that might need it. If there's someone out there who's got a chronic condition, or in chronic pain, I think you should explore it. Have a look. And going forward, I'm not sure that GPs are necessarily the best people to prescribe this medicine. Often they don't know what it does, and they don't know all about all the different forms of the medicine. But for now, that's what we have in Australia, although we do have some medicinal cannabis clinics. I'll be starting a podcast soon where I'll be hoping to chat to some of these people at these medicinal cannabis clinics. I want to talk about the cost involved for the average patient. What things can we do to reduce the cost, okay? So that people like me can continue walking and living, as pain-free as possible. Thank you for listening.